Like there's archives that they have in Rome that haven't been searched. Like they're not just opening them up to everyone,
Right.
so that everyone could look in and see what they have. So there's always been speculation that they have some wild shit written down in there.
Yeah, some wild stuff. I mean, they're investigating aliens, you know?
Right.
I mean, one of the Pope's
Most recent
astronomers,
speeches.
you know, they were talking about years ago that they wanted to, the Pope wanted to baptize the first alien. Now, that's incredible. That's an incredible statement.
That'd be like turning Michio Kaku into a Scientologist. Right? It's like, that would be hilarious.
I know.
That would be hilarious.
And then they built this telescope called Lucifer to look for alien life.
That's not a good name.
Yeah.
You would think anybody who would know better.
Right. The light bearers, that, you know, what Lucifer means supposedly, but yeah, they built a telescope named Lucifer.
Right, but the swastika used to be a sign of peace.
Right,
You can't
true.
really use it anymore.
No, you can't use it anymore. I know.
You know, somebody,
you know.
it's like things can be stolen forever. No one's rocking that Hitler mustache. That's a wrap.
It's over.
The Hitler mustache, it's over. No one's getting called Adolf. That's over. That's over.
It's a wrap. So I guess they didn't want to, you know, cut that name loose, but they utilized that name for that, the naming of that. And it's actually in America. I believe it's in Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. Wow, Lucifer telescope. How
Yeah.
kooky.
I know.
All of the telescopes are fascinating, but what's really the most interesting to me is the James Webb and the information that's coming out about the birth of the cosmos and about how they're looking at these galaxies that seem too big, that they've formed too quickly, and that they're starting to re-examine the timeline of the Big Bang, and that they're reconsidering whether or not they were correct with this 13 point, what is it, 9 or 7?
13.5 to 13.8 billion year.
Yeah,
number.
and they think these galaxies should not exist in this. I was just watching a documentary on it yesterday, or a couple days ago, where they were getting into why this doesn't make sense and the size of these galaxies, and they were too formed.
Right.
And it was, I believe it was 500 million years after the Big Bang.
Right.
So they're like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, according to us now.
According to us.
With our minds.
Right.
Yeah. You know, we're still trying to figure out what dark matter is.
Right. Well, I'm just the Terrence Howard, the concept of stars creating planets and the planets eventually getting to a Goldilocks zone, then eventually getting out, and that this is how life propagates through the universe. Like, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
And with our limited understanding of the cosmos and our adherence to very specific ideas of how it all was created, and the resistance to things like even the James Webb Telescope's discoveries, you realize that, like, science, like everything else, it's when it's practiced by humans, humans fuck everything up.
Yeah.
They use their ego, they use arrogance, they don't want to be corrected, they want their initial ideas to be correct.
Yeah.
And then there's, you know, a lot of great scientists that are just looking at it and going, this is amazing. Like, let's keep doing this, and let's get an even better telescope out there that maybe could see even further, and maybe we'll have to re-examine what we think about the birth of the universe.
Exactly. I mean, it just keeps getting better. Technology keeps getting better. I remember Hubble, when it came back with the 2 trillion sky book. 2 trillion galaxies is what it estimated exists within our known universe. And then the Webb comes out, and it's just showing this stuff in much more clarity, and it's probably going to make discoveries that are even going to surpass, obviously, Hubble in terms of the quantity of galaxies, and it just keeps getting better and better. We're getting a bigger and better understanding of our place in the universe as a whole, and some people are scared of that. This is why they don't want it to get out. They don't want the information to be put forth that's going to change the paradigm. But the paradigm is not to be afraid. The paradigm shift is about to be embrace this new huge part of us that's connected directly to us. We're part of it, and it's part of us intrinsically, energetically. And I think people are just afraid of what they think is the unknown because it makes them feel small. When I hear all this stuff going on out there, it makes me feel bigger because I know that I am part of it.
Yeah. We are part of it.
Yeah.
But we like to think as individuals. That,
Right.
You know, oh my God, I'm not important. The universe is infinite.
Exactly.
The universe is not just infinite. It's so infinite that the infinite nature of the universe might be a part of an atom.
Right.
In another infinite universe.
That's the fractal
Which is
holographic
like-
universe.
Yeah. When you go fractals on things and you
Yeah.
start thinking about it in that terms, you just you go, what?
Yeah.
It's never ending. It's just this constant thing that's in you in subatomic particles, and deeper than that, and then further out than that, it just never ends.
Right.
It goes both ways forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just go, oh boy.
I know.
It's hard to take yourself too seriously.
It's hard because, you know, and I think individuality is an illusion. We appear to be separate and individuals, but energetically, we're really all the same entity, the same consciousness, experiencing itself differently, subjectively, through different bodies.
Yes, different life experiences, different
Exactly.
genetics, different places in the world.
Correct.
Yeah, but we're all the same thing.
Yeah.
And, that's the hardest thing for people to get in their head. Anyone that you run into is you living another life.
Right.
We're all the concept of me. When you think about it, everyone has that same feeling of me. Everyone has me inside of them. They're just me with less information, more information, better brain, better this, better that, shittier this, shittier that.
Yeah.
And there's an infinite number of examples of it. And then it probably exists everywhere in the cosmos. And it's probably what facilitates change and growth, is that there is this imbalance and that there is this constant struggle amongst human beings.
Right.
And it's probably what makes us constantly try to improve.
Exactly.
It's just very disheartening to think that we improve to the point where we can travel to other planets and have a war.
I know. I know. We don't want that to happen.
We don't want that to happen, but just if
where-
it really did happen here, it just makes you think, like, is that just what we do forever? And is this just when we have this utopian perspective of being able to eliminate war on Earth someday, which no one thinks is going to happen, and not with this current version of human beings.
Right.
And then you think, well, if we surpassed Earth, if we passed our genes and our civilization out into the universe, are we still going to be behaving the same way?
Right.
And if we were, if I was an alien, I'd be like, don't let those dudes in. If we get to a point where we're us now, but 500 years from now, where with the same genes, same wacky ass crazy genes, but now we have time travel. Now we have interplanetary travels like that, and then we show up with nuclear bombs. It's like, give us all your titanium.
Right.
Like, fuck. Like, that's a problem.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
I would be really trying hard to stop us if I was from another planet.
I think a lot of the suppression and oppression of technologies, potentially, this hypothesis could be that there's a hand in the background holding us back a little bit. It's quite possible.
But then there's a theory like the Diana Pasolka's books, where they talk about these discs that they have found in the recovery program that apparently does exist. And they call them donations. They think that these things are kind of left here so that we can just go, oh, fiber optics, what a great idea.
Velcro.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of these things that seem to, like, transistors.
Microchips, right.
Yeah, a lot of these things seem to have come very quickly after Roswell.